There is a substantial risk of loss associated with trading Forex, binary options, stocks, or equities, collectively, asset classes. Only risk capital should be used for trading. Trading in any asset classes is not appropriate for everyone. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. No representation is being made that investors will make profits, or will not sustain losses. Before trading in any asset classes, investors should consult with their professional broker, financial advisor, or financial consultant to determine whether trading asset classes is appropriate. Investors who trade in any asset classes should only do so if the capital used for this purpose represents funds that an investor can afford to lose without adversely impacting the investor's lifestyle. No trading strategy or methodology is without risk of loss. No trading strategy is risk-free, and no trading strategy can guarantee profits or freedom from losses. Investors risk losing the cost to execute any transaction, including associated commissions or fees. You should carefully consider whether trading in any asset class is appropriate for you in light of your investment experience and financial resources. Any trading decisions you make are solely your responsibility and at your own risk. None of the statements or materials in the Auvoria Prime chat rooms constitute a solicitation or recommendation to buy or sell.
Hello everyone. My name is Jaak and welcome to this monthly insight call for Raidar. Today is the 6th of May 2024. Summer is already peeking over the shoulder, and before we actually get into the call, I just want to make sure that you are seeing this Zoom call with full fidelity. So I can see there are participants in the call. Can somebody type in the Q&A section, please, if you are receiving me loud and clear? But yeah, until somebody writes there, I just hope for the best. And as you can see, I've put on my glasses to look smarter. So let's get into the monthly review. Before we start, of course, ask questions, because you know questions are the mother of learning. Make sure to watch this video to the end. Also, go subscribe and like wherever you're watching this. You might be watching the recording on YouTube or wherever, or Vimeo even, or Facebook. Just go and put a like on it. And if you have any questions or comments, of course, you're welcome to do that anytime. And of course, last but not least, also go and check out my personal YouTube channel, YouTube at Golden Jaak Official. I have been with Auvoria Prime for actually quite a long time now. I would say almost from the beginning. Okay, somebody wrote in the QA section. Okay, yes, good. Loud and clear, very good. Thank you, Seem. And I have to say that it has been a very enlightening and rewarding experience. Of course, there has been days where you don't feel so good when the markets are moving very rapidly, and especially in the beginning, because in the beginning the products we had were not the best in class. And now looking back, all these experiences and all these things that happened were necessary to get to where we are today. And Raidar is a very good showcase study of how products are being developed and how things are being changed around, how things are being adapted to new market conditions, to new things that you were not aware of before, for example. Enough of my philosophical talk. In this call today, since you might be completely new to Auvoria, you might be completely new to Raidar. First, we will talk about what is Raidar. Then we will talk about results. We will talk about the latest updates and settings. And of course, we will also cover the macro situation a bit and more general information about Auvoria Prime and its products, where to find information. And of course, we will talk about where to get support for Auvoria Prime products and some closing words in the end for you. So Raidar is a signal execution software that is currently based on John Wick Signals. John Wick Signals has been running for over 2 years now with a win rate of over 80%. And the idea of building something like Raidar, I first heard about it over a year ago, and I thought it was a really good idea. But as it turns out, I would say it's not as straightforward as I thought in the beginning. Let me explain a little bit later. It is MetaTrader 5 compatible. It doesn't run on MetaTrader 4. What MetaTrader 5 is, it's a software developed by MetaQuotes IQ or ID. I think it's a Russian company that has been building softwares for Forex trading and also running server APIs and everything. They provide the whole infrastructure for everybody that wants to trade in Forex. And it is the most popular platform when it comes to Forex traders, especially retail traders. It is widely accepted, and it is quite safe in the sense that, let's say if somebody wants you to put money into, I don't know, their project or system, whatever, and it is a dedicated platform. You actually have to send money to a dedicated platform which you have no control over, which is not regulated, which has no oversight. With MetaTrader 4 and 5, you have brokers. There's a bunch of brokers out there, but some of them are really good, and they have been, they have been online for over 10 years, some I think even over 15 years. And you just put your money into a trading account with your broker. It works like a bank account, a special bank account, let's say. I don't have access to it. Auvoria Prime doesn't have access to it. It's only you or somebody who has your passwords and logins will have access to it. What MetaTrader 5 does, it just links using special protocols to this account, and it is able to execute trades on your behalf. And that's all it does. It has no way to withdraw money. It has no way to put in more money. So the only risk you have is actually if you use crazy settings or do manual trading with crazy settings and you just, take a loss. This is the only way that you can get rid of your money. Otherwise, it is the best way to actually be doing Forex trading because nobody else has custody of your funds. Raidar has independent and customizable trades management. So what it does, it takes a trading signal from John Wick. It executes it with the settings that you have put into the system, and then Raidar takes over the management. So the trades don't close when the John Wick signal says it's closed. It closes based on what settings you are running, and this is where the the divide between results of John Wick and Raidar come in. We'll talk about more of that in a little bit of time. Raidar was launched in February 2024, so it is a quite new product. It's about 4 months old soon, and it has been tested for I think 5 or 6 months, something like that, and the first months were really, really good. And now we can see that from March, of course, the markets have also been quite crazy. March and April have not been the best months. Let's continue. So let's talk about result. First, let's talk about test account results. Just a second, I have to log into the test account MyFX book. If somebody is offering you an investment opportunity, the first question you should ask, do you have a MyFX book link? Just a tip for you. And if they don't, I wouldn't, or if they tell you, like, what is MyFX book? Never heard of it. I would just walk away, because if a person doesn't know, if a trader doesn't know what is a MyFX book link or what is MyFX book, they're no serious trader. And if they don't have any results to showcase, I mean, it's just a waste of time. There's so many scams out there. Okay, my account is ready to be shown now. So we have this one test account here, for example. He's been running from February 26th. I assume he's been also changing settings. It is in slight profit right now, but nothing much to brag about. We draw down a 17% gain of 0.68%. And let me show you my own account, because of course when we are testing we always want to also see where the breaking point is for any given system. Now this is gonna take a little bit of time. Let's see, somebody has... Oh, Matt said hi. Hi, Matt. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Now, before I show you this account, bear in mind that this is a very small account and it is running very, very aggressive settings, and it is a live account. I set this account up to see what it is capable of doing. We are a very small account running aggressive settings. Is it going to blow the account, or what will actually happen? So here are the results. You can see here it has lost about 35%. But you know, the account balance I put in, it started with to about 270, 250. Let me show you. You should be able to see it here. Deposit and withdrawal. Okay, so we have 113, 122, so this is 236 and 12, about 250 was the starting balance of this account, and you can see it has had a drawdown of 38%, and so far it has lost 35% of the value. But as I said, this is running very, very aggressive settings, and I'm actually surprised that this account has not blown up. I'm actually very surprised, looking at the profit ratio, looking at the win ratio, which is about 50% on this account. So of course it's not comparable to the 80% of John Wick signals, meaning that the settings that I'm running on this account are suboptimal. Something that I wanted to talk about, that I will get to in a minute. Just a second, I'm getting ahead of myself here. So we have, the verdict is still out there. It's been running only for 4 months. It's too early to say anything, and this is how to say, it's like with many products, new products that come to the market, there are things that need adjusting and fixing and adding, and this is the case with Raidar, as we can see. I also showed you this little live account I have. Let's talk about updates and settings. But before we get into updates and settings, there's something that I wanted to show you. This is very crucial when it comes to setting. Okay, I see it's on the agenda here. So let's just continue. I'm gonna open up our Raidar VPS and let's go over the settings then. So this is how Raidar looks like. I'm gonna open the settings on this account here. So we have partial close, which was added. It means that it will lower the risk while taking profit. You might leave some money on the table, but if the trade reverses on you and hits stop loss, because stop loss is quite high for Raidar, usually it's 90 pips. If it's set on auto, it varies, but usually it's 90 pips. So partial close actually helps to minimize the losses, and if set up properly, it can maximize the gains in any given situation. Next, we have recursive partials. Recursive partials is something that actually I made a separate video about because it is quite sophisticated. Basically what it does, instead of using partial closing one time, it just, let's say it closes 50% after 10 pips, and then whatever trailing kicks in, or whatever final take profit you have set, it hits. With recursive partials, what it does is it continues to take partials. I strongly recommend you go and watch that video to be completely sure on how it works. But the short version is that it will continue taking partials until there is it's not possible to divide the trade size any longer. So let's say if you have starting lot size of 0.02, it can take one partial. But if you have a starting lot size of, let's say, 0.04 and your close percentage is set to 25, you can actually close 3 trades before it closes the final one. So with each trade, it closes a part of the trade in profit. I hope you understand. I hope this was clear enough for you to understand. And of course, the thing that I wanted to talk about is lot sizing and effect of compounding. If you don't know yet, compounding can work both ways. It can work in your favor, and it can also work against you. Compounding mainly starts working against you in situations where you are running too high of a risk. Let me just give you an example. So let's say we have an account of 1,000. And just for the sake of this example, let's say you take a loss of 5%. So you have 950 left over on your account. How did I get this? So 1,000 times 0.05 is 50. 1,000 minus 50 is 950. So we have 950 remaining on the account. Now, to get back to this 1,000, we have to make 50 in monetary gain. But in percentages, 50 is from 1,000, because this is where we want to get back to, is okay. No, 950. We have to take this 50 and divide it by 950. It's actually times 100, so we get the percentage. So we have to make back 5.26%. We lost 5%, but now we have to make back 5.26%. And this actually starts going up really rapidly. Let's say you have a $1,000 or euro account, and you lose 50% of this account. So you have 500 left. So we times 0.5, we have 500 left. Now, if we want to make enough profit to get back to 1,000, how many percentages is that? So what we do is we divide 500 by 500. You probably know the answer already. And times 100. So we have to make back 100%. So you lost 50%, but now you have to make back 100%. So with lot sizing, you have to be really careful. The really aggressive accounts that I have been running,
Let Raidar manage your trades automatically. Trade smarter with Raidar today.
they run lot sizes of between 100 to 250 for every 0.01. So meaning that if you have a $1,000 account, for example, and you run a lot size of 0.01 per 100, it will open 0.1 lots. but I'm doing this for testing purposes. For live accounts, I wouldn't go below anything 0.01 per 500 or even 0.01 per 1000. Of course, depending on what kind of a trader you are, you can run very high risk if you want to, but just keep in mind this compounding. Just to give you another example of what this compounding can do, I would say the sweet spot, or let's say the tipping point, for at least for me personally, is around 6%. So if I lose more than 6%, you have to put in a lot more effort, or the EA has to put in a lot more effort to make that money back. So everything that goes above 6%, the money you need to make back is kind of growing ludicrously fast. Let's put it that way. So let's say I have a 1,000 account and I lose 10% of it. So I times this with 0.9. I have 900 left over. And now I want to get back to 1,000. How do I do this? So I have to get 100, right? So 100 divided by 900 is 11. Times this with 100 is 11.11% that you have to make back. You lost 10%, but now you have to make back 11%. And it gets really crazy. Let's say I take my own live account. I have lost about 35% of it. It started with 250 times 0.65, so I have about 160 left there. So it's a loss of about, let's say, $88 or something like that. So $88 of 162 is 54%. So even though this account has lost 35%, I have to make back 54%. This is where it gets crazy. So that's why I'm saying that it's a good idea to use conservative lot sizing whenever possible. I would rather increase my account size than increase my lot size, but of course first I have to be sure that the system that I'm using is capable of making money in the long run. Okay, let's continue with this monthly review. Here we are. Let's talk about the macro situation. Maybe you were on the Gearbox call that took place about 1.5 hours ago. Maybe you were not. If you were, then I'm just repeating myself. But if you were not, then let's talk about the US interest rate situation. The US interest rate situation has been, what's the word now? Has been menacing the markets since last year, actually. So it is causing quite a bit of stir all the time, every time Mr. Powell goes to speak, whatever he says, there's something is going to happen in the markets. That's just how it is. So there's a lot of uncertainty in the markets right now, and of course it is tied in also to elections and other stuff. Some people think that, or at least they hope that there will be interest rate cuts in the second half of this year, at least by the end of this year, because the mortgage markets, the real estate markets are hurting quite a bit, and also the consumers that have loans taken out on houses are hurting quite a bit because of this. But right now it seems like they are just being very patient and very, they are being very cautious about these things, because there's many things that play into the interest rate policies. Crude oil could go up. This is another key factor that plays into the US interest rate policy. We have the conflict between Iran and Israel, which is destabilizing, at least Iran is trying to destabilize this region. Then we have the Houthis from Yemen, who are attacking oil ships and also gas ships, liquid gas ships on the Red Sea. Then we have Mexico talking about cutting back their production. Then we have OPEC Plus following their program of cutting back production. And then we have China with its demand for oil products increasing. So all of these things are playing into the possibility of crude oil prices going up. What this means for the consumer, for the average person, or society in general is this will increase inflation, or it will put pressure on inflation, which will cause more uncertainty in the markets. For some softwares, uncertainty is good because they work on just movement, doesn't matter which way it goes. But on certain systems, it is more difficult because it means that there will be more surprises. This means that risk management has to be better. Then we have, of course, the geopolitical situation. I already talked about Iran. Then we have the situation in Ukraine, which has also, the sanctions on Russia, for example, they have also caused things to be changed on the oil market. And this is also putting pressure on the energy prices. Then we have US presidential elections, which is also causing a lot of stir, a lot of unpredictable things possibly happening in the markets. And in general, for me personally, this is positive. We have had more movements in the Forex markets. They have been more active. The beginning of this year was kind of very, very slow. Not much was going on. Now, I would say the price movements are closer to normal levels, if not more. All in all, the macro situation, there's a lot of buzz going on. There's a lot of stuff going on. So the markets are moving, markets are alive. And with that said, of course, you always have to consider your risk management side also. Let's see what else we have. Information channels. First, let's see, does anybody have any questions regarding Raidar at this point? Just put it in the QA section of this Zoom call. If no questions, I will just continue. Of course, information is key with everything you do. Everything is driven by information. All your decisions are driven by information. The world is driven by information. AP is driven by information. I'm driven by information. You get the point. So there are different channels where you can find information about AP and AP's products, results, settings, all that stuff. So of course we have these monthly calls. Why we are doing these monthly calls is to provide value to you as a user, to provide value to you as a person who is considering joining AP with the products we have, which by the way are world class. Then we have help desk. How do you access the help desk? It's actually very easy. You just go to auvoriaprime.com, press on support, type in your question. Let's say you have joined, you're planning to join, you want to see if there's any Telegram channels, Discord channels, you just type in Telegram. And it even tells you how to create an account and join groups. Then you also have Discord frequently asked questions here. What is Telegram? You scroll down to the end of the page and you have a bunch of Telegram channels related to Auvoria Prime. Then you have Discord. Discord, you can join the Discord channels only from the back office of AP. So you have to be a customer to join the Discord, to join the information that Discord has available. And of course, here you have Telegram announcement channels in the Discord frequently asked questions section. Then we have YouTube channel. How to find the YouTube channel for Auvoria Prime. You might be actually watching this video from the YouTube channel. You just go to YouTube and search for Auvoria Prime. Here it is. And of course, you can also go and search for my personal channel, where I have a ton of information about Auvoria Prime products, Forex, mindset, how to get started, monthly results, everything let's see. And of course, we have the results document, which is very important because Auvoria Prime is all about transparency. Here we go, auvoriaprime.me/myfxbook. Just make sure that you have auvoriaprime.me and not .com like I did in the beginning. It will open a Google document for you where you have results groups, Telegram, Facebook, then you have AP signals, John Wick data sheet, then you have Flash, Gearbox, Kratos, Kratos X, Raidar, social trading. Okay, so some things that I wanted to discuss here before we close up, because one thing I did not discuss is exclusion list. This is the latest addition to Raidar. This is why it's important to watch these videos all the way to the end. Let's see if I can open this. I'm gonna put it here. So what we did is we did analysis on the John Wick data. Okay, I'm gonna have to find this link first. Just a second. Spreadsheet. Okay, this should be the right thing. Pips per symbol. Okay, perfect. So what we did is we took the John Wick data and we found out how many pips per trade each pair is doing. So what is the actual performance per pair? Maybe there's a good idea to leave out some pairs from the mix. So an exclusion list was created for Raidar. Let me show you. What the hell? Something happened with... Okay, I'm just gonna finish this up fast. Just lost energy in my house. Funny what's going on. So you have this exclusion list here. Excluded pairs. And you use a comma between each pair. Just gonna be really fast here. So on this list here, you can make a screenshot of this for yourself. And you can see the ones that are with red are the best performers. And the green ones are the least performers. So it might be an idea to leave out the green ones and include only the, okay, I have one blue one also. Leave out the green ones and have red ones, orange ones and yellow ones included. So I'm actually testing these things now to see if it's going to have an effect in the long run. Anybody have any questions? I guess not so far. I guess everything is so clear. So all in all, I would say that Raidar is a good tool, but at the moment it's difficult to say if it's the settings or if it's the market conditions or if it's a combination of these two things that is not giving us consistent results. We will be able to give specific conclusions after at least half a year of running it. So that's it for today's call. And make sure to subscribe, to like, and go also check out my personal YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed this one. Leave a comment wherever you can, and see you next time, which is 3rd of June 2024.